Hello future Huskies, this is Mrs. Beechler again, and I wanted to make a short video about some of our project options to explain what you'll be doing on the summer reading project. First of all, if you remember, there was a handout that your teachers gave you, the orange handout about the summer reading, and the project options that I'm going to talk about are all listed on the front of this orange sheet. Currently on this sheet there are 6 different options. I'm going to just kind of run through those quickly. So as a reminder, you'll choose a book off of our summer reading list. There are 27 options on this list. Mrs. Hedges is going to have boxes of those books for you to look through and kind of make a decision on which book is best for you. Once you choose the book, then you get to pick on how you're going to present the information about reading the book. Today, as I go through this video, I'm going to use the book that I'm currently reading, which is called The Hidden Summer. My goal is to read all 27 books on the list so that when you come back to school, no matter which book you choose, you and I can talk about the book, tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, and I can tell you the same thing. So for all of the options, I'm just going to use this book, The Hidden Summer. So the number 1 on the list is to complete logs. So logs look like this. This is a log sheet. I know you can't see it very well in this video, but what you'll do if you're doing a log sheet is you will look at your book and you'll break it into sections. You will stop either every 2 chapters or every 20 pages. I think you might do something like this currently in your 5th grade. Maybe they're called bookmarks or something to that effect. You're kind of doing the same thing with these logs. You'll stop as you read the book periodically and you will fill out a response to the pages that you read, a short little summary, and a question or prediction. And then when you finish that, you'll read the next 2 chapters or the next 20 pages, and you do the same thing down here in this section. You do a response, a summary, and a question or a prediction. So then when you're finished with your book, you've stopped every 20 pages or every 2 chapters, and you're finished. There's no big project at the end, no culminating project. It's just the log sheets. And when you come to 7th or to 6th grade and you have Miss Bishop or Mrs. Williams, you'll just turn those log sheets in to one of those teachers in that first week of school. And they'll grade those and give you your 10 points for reading the entire book. Probably the most challenging part of this part of the project, if you choose this one, is actually getting your hands on the log sheets. So we tried to make it easy for you. We have the log sheets available on the school website. So if you have a printer, you can go to the school website and you can print off the log sheets from home. Also, Mrs. Hedges will have some copies. So if you know that log sheets are what you're going to do when you leave at the end of the school year, you can get from Mrs. Hedges copies of those log sheets. Or we're also going to, we're working in conjunction with the public library. So we'll have those log sheets will be available at the Cicero Library and at the Atlanta Library. So you just go up to the front desk and just say, hey, I'm here from the summer reading program. Do you have any log sheets? And they'll have a file of those available for you. So if you choose to do the log sheets, that's the way you do them. On that sheet, then, the second option that they have listed is the plot project. So once again, if I'm reading the book, The Hidden Summer, the plot project is something that I would not do until I finish the book. So the log sheets you do as you read the book. The plot project you do at the very end of the book. So I finished The Hidden Summer and I'm ready to do my plot project. All I need to do is choose 5, 10, 15 of the main events of the story, put them in chronological order, and present that somehow. The paper suggests maybe a comic strip if you're really artistic. Maybe you want to create a poster. Maybe you're more techie and you want to do like a PowerPoint or a Prezi. Maybe you just like to type and you just want to write out all of the main events kind of in a paragraph form. This is what happened at the beginning, this is what happened at the middle, this is what happened at the end. That works too. Either one of those, any of those are fine. As long as you're presenting, here are the main events of the story. Once again, because I'm reading them all, then I can look over those and we can talk about, okay, what did you like about this? What did you not like about that? Just give us a summary of the book, showing us that you've read the entire story. So that's the second option on the paper, the plot project. The third option is a character project. So kind of similar to the plot project, but instead, if I'm doing The Hidden Summer, I have 2 girls as my main characters in this book, and I don't remember their names. Oh, Nell and Lydia. So if I chose the character project, I would pick the 2, maybe 4, because their moms are also pretty important in the story. So I might choose those 4. And somehow I want to introduce my teacher, Mrs. Williams or Miss Bishop, and my favorite middle school librarian, Mrs. Beechler, to these characters. So I would first write about Nell, and I would explain who she is, what she likes, what's important to her, more than just she has brown hair, but like the big things. I knew this was important to her because this happened to her in the story. These are some of the things that she experienced. And then I do the same thing with the other character, Lydia. I would introduce the person that is the character in the story. So instead of focusing on the plot, I'd be focusing on the characters, but I would still be telling us the main events of the story through the eyes of the character. You can use a PowerPoint to do that, a Prezi to do that, a poster. Once again, you can just write it on a piece of paper if you want. You have lots of options. Whatever you feel like you're the strongest in, show us what you've got there. So those are the first three. The fourth one is a book talk, and I think a book talk is super fun. So if you can tell, I'm a little uncomfortable making this video, but a lot of you are very comfortable videotaping and videotaping yourselves or talking on camera. It's no big deal. If that's the case, you might want to do a video book talk. So all you would do is you would just have someone videotape you, and you would say something like, "Hi, my name is Mrs. Beechler, and I read The Hidden Summer as my summer reading book. At the beginning of this book, blah, 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 blah. In the middle of this book, yada, yada, yada. And at the end of this book, blah, 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 blah." Not the blahs. Tell us what really happened in the book. At the end of your video, then you would want to say, "I recommend this book to this kind of reader or this kind of person, and here's why." Or, "I don't recommend this book to this kind of person or this kind of reader, and here's why." Give a recommendation, end your movie, turn in the video clip. You can either like upload it to YouTube, make it private so it's not out there for the world to see, but then you could give your teacher your link, and it could be, that would be your grade. So you finish the book and you do a short 2, 3, 4 minute book talk is all that you would need. So that is the fourth option. The fifth option on our sheet is a book club. Now I think this is super fun. Once again, like with the log sheets, you need to find my book club form. It looks like this. Mrs. Hedges will have copies if you want to grab some copies from her. There will be copies on the website if you can print them off, and we'll also have copies at the Cicero and the Atlanta public libraries. So with this, what you're going to do is you're going to find a group of students that's reading the same book. So maybe there are 3, 4, or 5 of you that want to read The Hidden Summer together. What you would do is you would break this book into 3 or 4, maybe 5 sections. You would have your book club notes, and you would say, "Okay guys, let's read pages 1 through 50. And on Tuesday, let's get together at McDonald's. We'll bring our book club paper, and we will sit and chat about the first 50 pages. On this book club paper, we will take notes about what we talked about, what some of our predictions were, our favorite parts. All of this is listed on this paper. And then at the end of the book club for that session, you would say, okay, let's get together next week, and we're going to go to the pool. And before we get in the water, we're going to talk about the next 50 pages of our book." So together, your little group of people, it can be 2 people, it can be 10 people, it doesn't matter. You're going to form a book club that's going to meet 3, 4, 5 times over the summer to meet and talk about the book. What's important to remember is you've got to turn something in. So this paper, the book club notes, that's what you're going to turn in. And each individual in the group, it's not like one person's going to take the notes and just put everybody's name on it. Every individual person has a different book club sheet that they will turn in to their teachers, because we don't know, one of you might have one teacher, somebody might have a different teacher, so everyone needs to have their own sheet of paper to turn in. So that's the book club. Then finally, at the very bottom, number 6 is project of your choice. If you have a really good idea of a project that's going to showcase what you read and what you learned about in this book, then please do that. Last year we had lots of kids do something called a character in a can. I don't know if you've heard of that before. Or they did like a cereal box book report where they broke different sections of the book down, and they did like a summary on one side and a picture on the other side and a character on one side. Really, if you have an idea on a project, as long as it's presenting us, showing us that you read the book and all of the events that happened in the book, or that we can see that you read the book, we are totally good with it. If you have any questions, if you're thinking, I kind of want to do this, but I'm not really sure, why don't you just send me an email? Once again, it's ebeechler@mail, I couldn't remember there for a second, ebeechler@mail.hhsc.k12.in.us. So you can just drop me an email and say, hey, Mrs. B, is this something that would work? Most likely I'm going to say yes, as long as it shows us that you read the story. So those are the project options for this giant list of books that you'll soon be able to see some of those great books. Here at the middle school, we've started having the kids look at them and be able to see how long they are and what the font is like, read the back. Some of them are gross, some of them are sweet, some of them are funny, some of them are sad, and they're getting a pretty good idea. We've got a lot of kids that are really excited about this. I hope that you're excited about it too. I am really, really, really excited for you to be here and to get to know you and to get to know what kind of a reader you are, what kind of a person you are. It's going to be a lot lot of fun. So I hope you enjoy your time, your summer, enjoy the summer reading project. It'll be great, and we look forward to seeing you in the fall. Hopefully I'll hear from some of you this summer, and have a great day. Go Huskies!